The first thing that we are going to calculate is when the invoice is due. Invoices are due working days after the end of the month from which they are sent. So we will create a calculation that will determine when each of these invoices are due. To do that, Excel has a useful function that can help us with this called end of month. So start by typing is equal to EO, select is equal to EOMONTH. And then the first argument it needs is the start date, which is our invoice date, and then a comma. Now the month's argument gives us quite a few options. If we want the end of the month for the date we've selected, we just type a 0. If we wanted the end of the month for the previous month, we could type a -1. And if we wanted the end of the month of this quarter, so 3 months' time, then we could use a 2. Seems a bit weird, but in this case, we want the end of this month. So we're going to type 0 and press enter, and it worked beautifully. It will also work very well for leap years. So if I had the date the 2nd of the 2nd, 2016, you see that gives us the 29th, so no worries with leap years. So that's half the problem solved. So now we need to add on our 10 working days. If it was just 10 elapsed days, we could do +10, but we want to factor in weekends and potentially holidays as well. To do this, we have 2 options, the Workday function and the Workday International function. They're very similar, so I'm going to select Workday International this time, and you'll see Workday International is very helpful. It also allows us to specify when our weekends are. Workday assumes it's Saturday and Sunday, but it's quite possible that in different regions or just different organizations, your weekends work very differently. So when I type a comma here, I'm going to put my 10 working days and then a comma, and you'll see we get a whole lot of options we can choose from. If you go for the first one, you'll get Saturday, Sunday. You can specify your own combination. We're going to go for the simple option here, so I'm just going to click Saturday and Sunday and then type a comma. And then I'm going to select my holiday dates, and it's a good idea to have them in your workbook. And don't forget to press F4 to lock those in place. I'm going to close my records and press Enter, and we've calculated our due date, 10 working days into the next month, and I can now double-click to copy that down. The other thing we want to do is send out reminders 2 months after the invoice date. So we need to be able to calculate our reminder date. We want to be able to basically add 2 to the month, and the function that will allow us to do that is the end date function. We type Hot-Ed and Tab to select Thursday date, and then we click on our start date again, and we can specify the number of months to go forwards or backwards. In this case, we want to go forwards 2 months, so we're going to type 2, and we are going to press Enter, and there we go. We have our remainder date. Now we have calculated due date and reminder date. That's it. Thank you for watching.